Welcome to a new episode of Sean Resolute. It is currently the 8th of August 2023 and I'm on the roof at the moment. I'm going to be heading for a little walk over there, but basically today's video is about 8 months post-surgery from full Achilles rupture. If you are new to the channel and this is the first video that you're checking out, welcome to the channel. And yeah, so basically I ruptured my Achilles playing soccer, full rupture. The gap was like that big, the surgeon said, and they went in, they operated on the 9th of December, stuck it all together, stitched it together, and yeah, this is basically a video to cover the recovery. Now I know people are all at different points in the recovery and stuff like that, and my 8 months might look different to your 8 months, but this is hopefully to just help people with a little bit of a guide on, you know, where I am and what I've been doing and how my injury is looking 8 months down the line. Also, I hope it sort of helps people keep motivated, especially in them early dark days that I called it, and I just couldn't see myself running again. Certainly couldn't see myself jumping again. So yeah, I think it's nice to be able to see that the recovery is possible and there, and you just got to keep going. This is the injury. Hopefully the camera's picking that up. That's the scar. As you can see, it's a little bit thicker than my left hand side. I'll try and put a little comparison in there for you. Yeah, that's where we're at. Oh, I am at 8 months post-surgery, and things are starting to come together now with the Achilles. Said this in my previous video, 9 months is sort of the timeline the surgeon gives you with regards to coming back to sport and being pretty much like your old self. Now, I'm pretty close to that, and again, I've mentioned this previously, I can jump okay now. I've started jumping, lifting weights like cleans and stuff like that. One of the only issues I have, however, is like the confidence to do it. So for instance, you know, with all these things you have to build up with them, which takes time. So, you know, you're doing a clean and you're starting off super light, it might just be the bar, and then you're adding a little bit of weight, and building up that way. Same with thrusters and wall balls, and again, this is the type of training I do. About a month ago I started with jumping, you know, like burpee, and then I've been doing like box step overs, jumping over the barbell, stuff like that. But one issue that I have found with this is that the rest of my body has had the issues. So, so when I was coming back, I was doing, and this was like early on. This was around the like 12, 13, 14 week mark. I was doing some like goblet squats with a kettlebell and felt like my left hip flexor, left groin, and my left quad, which is the opposite of my injured leg, like a little bit of a strain. So, you know, I rested it and all that good stuff. But recently it's like come up again. So at our gym we were doing a squat cycle. And I think what's been happening, and again I'm trying not to do this, is you just start loading the non-injured side, and this has come out a few times. So with squats, when not necessarily when it's heavy, but when you start to fatigue a little bit, your body starts to favour that other side, so my left side. Also, one of the issues that I've had as well, I mentioned like the jumping and cleans and stuff like that. And what's happened, I'll try and put a little demonstration of this in there, is my injured side will like come off the floor rather than both feet being on the floor. So again, the aim of this video hopefully is to just give you like a little bit of a detailed perspective of like trying to get back to your old former self. And again, like everybody has different things. Maybe, you know, you're a soccer player or tennis or basketball or something like that. My thing is, even though I was playing soccer when I did it, I'm more coach soccer than play. It's just unfortunate that it was done when I was playing a few like games. But my main thing is like how I train, and it's very like CrossFit-y. So that's what I'm trying to come back to. So yeah, now it's really a case of them like fine details that I'm finding. So my right Achilles is thicker than the left Achilles. It will tighten up, but not like crazy tighten up, but you can definitely feel the difference between my non-injured and my injured one. Also started, like if I do something, like last week I did 2 5Ks, one in the morning, one in the evening, and I could feel it around the front, so the bottom of your shin to the top of your ankle. I could feel it, again, just like tighter, like almost like there's like a hand on there. The isometric hold, so when you're at the, like if you go onto your tiptoes, that feels different to my left. Again, it just feels tighter, it feels uncomfortable, but it's okay. I can get there, certainly with 2. Single leg is still that last, I would say, like inch. I spoke to the PT about that, and they were sort of basically saying like, because I don't necessarily need it in terms of like, you know, I can jog without it, and I can work out and I can walk and stuff like that, and I'm not going onto my toes. You know, it's just not developing because I'm not training it, basically. So that's one thing to be mindful of when coming back. So I'm trying to do little things with that now to get that back. I spoke to a couple of people who have like injured theirs in the past, and one thing they found was the foot would turn out more when they were walking. So again, I'm even now super mindful to bring them toes sort of facing forward a bit more. And again, we're talking now at month 8, we're talking about them little details to get it to be as good as it possibly can, ideally equal to what it was before he got injured. Running, I mentioned I ran the furthest I've ran, which was 2 sets of 5K. Where am I compared to before I got injured? So I ran the first one in 29, so under 30 minutes, which, you know, isn't great, but I'm definitely a bit heavier than before I got injured. So I'm like 235 now. Sort of my body just went a bit more like muscle. It just went bigger, so I'm heavier, so I'm taking that into account with the running. Yeah, and to be honest, the Achilles felt okay with it. The calf muscle fatigues for sure. Hamstrings, and the opposite side, my left side. And I think a big issue of it, a big issue that I'm finding really is because of basically, you know, at least 6 months of loading sort of one side so much, my body's all out of sync. You know, so if I was to do it again, coming back, I think I would do a lot of strength and mobility stuff, and I kind of was doing that stuff, but I think I would have done more of it, and I would have done it longer before I came back to sort of like metabolic conditioning type workouts. But the reason why I did come back to that so quickly was because I was just bored. I just needed to feel like I was, you know, because you've just been sat down for so long or on an e-scooter, so when you do come back, you want to, you know, you just want to be doing what you used to do. Yeah, so I think that's, you know, that's pretty much it. At 8 months, we're doing well, coming back. It's feeling good, it's feeling strong, but it's not the same as obviously before it got injured. Like now, that's another thing. I'm walking up a hill. Last week I did two hikes and realised that was the first time, like, walking up and down hills really. Everything I've been doing is flat. So obviously that stretches the Achilles a bit more, works it a little bit different. So yeah, it's a tricky phase in some instances. I was say this to people, when like you first get injured and you're coming back, you know, everything's great. It's like, oh, I can walk again. Oh, I can walk further. You start to jog and you're like, oh, I can jog. But now it's getting to the point where I'm like, oh, I could do all this stuff better before I was injured, and it kind of sucks that now I'm in this like weird phase where I can kind of do everything now, but I just can't do it as well as I did. So again, it just takes mentally, it takes like that patience. You know, my training, I have to just keep adjusting and keep like feeling different things out. Last week, because of it was sort of like a lower left back, so I just did like more cardio. I ran, walked a bit more, put the weight vest on, you know, kept it body weight. So not as fun as the stuff I want to be doing. You know, I want to be doing heavy like cleaning jerks and muscle ups and stuff like that, but I just can't do it. I just can't do it at the moment. But you know, you still got to just keep pushing, as much as you know, it can be exhausting. So yeah, all right, I think that's it for the video. You can like, subscribe, that'd be much appreciated. But yeah, just wherever you're at with your Achilles journey, just stay with it. It is a long pain in the arse. Come back, but you know, at the end of the day, we don't have any choice, do we? You've got to do it. You've just got to fight through it. But yeah, like I said, overall, I'm very happy. We're just talking now about them details. You know, I think if you get to this point, and you're happy, and you don't need all that other stuff, then I won't worry about it. It's just, I really want to get back to what I was before this. So yeah, so these little details I've got to battle. Okay, thanks for watching. Bye bye.